What's up, guys? I'm Shane. Welcome back to the first era of our relegation league. Obviously, if you've been paying any attention, we're getting promoted. We're going to the ACC next year. Legitimately, I'm not just deciding. This is how this whole thing works. What we're going to do right now, instead of waiting for the end of the episode, this is the relegation league. Let's see who's getting relegated. Let's see who's getting promoted. Now, we went through this a little bit already, but just to recap, for the ACC, West Virginia will be protected next year because they won their division. Pittsburgh, they will be relegated. Over in the Coastal Division, Appalachian State, they're going to be protected next year. They won a division. NC State, they're getting relegated. We're going to get a little screwy here with some realignment. South Carolina is in the Coastal Division, but Clemson is in the Atlantic. So I'm actually going to move South Carolina over. South Carolina is going to swap with Maryland, so both the South Carolina teams will be here, which means in the Atlantic, Pittsburgh's out. This is where UMass is going to go. And over in the Coastal with NC State out, that's where Navy is going to go because they play in Maryland. Yes, I Googled it. Moving on to the Big 12, Texas A&M, national champions. They're also going to be protected because they won their division. Ohio State didn't get that benefit last year. And UTEP, no longer protected. They'll be the team relegated. SMU was actually protected, and they ended up going 7-6. So, not bad. Over in Red River, Kansas State won their division. They'll be protected next year. Kansas, 0-12. Poof, out. No question. And looking at Conference USA, Baylor, they just got relegated last year. They're moving back up. Mid-Tennessee State's going with them, barely edging out Iowa State, so they're stuck in Conference USA one more year. North Texas turned it around. They were 1-6 last time I checked, so they went on a 3-2 run to close out the season. This is not our North Texas. No major realignments here. UTEP's out, Baylor's in the Lone Star. Red River, Kansas is out, and we're going to put Mid-Tennessee State here. Looking at the Big Ten, Ohio State, they do get protection this year. Look at how far Louisville's fallen. They were 13-0 going into the national championship, lost to Ohio State, went 4-8 this year. What a drop-off. I got a feeling they might get relegated next season. But instead, it's going to be Miami. They were not protected this year. That protection went to Ohio, who finished at a reasonable 5-7. Over in the Big Ten, Mizzou. What a sloppy conference this one, but they take it over Northwestern, barely edging them out. Like I said, Northwestern, kind of a powerhouse, must have lost it in the last week. And then Bowling Green down at the bottom was protected, so Ball State, they're going to be out. This is another one with a little bit of shuffling going on. I said it sort of last year, Bowling Green's in Ohio, so they're actually going to swap over to the Leaders Division, and Michigan State's going to come over here. In the MAC, no surprise, Michigan, 12-1, 8-0 in conference, they're getting promoted, along with Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati somehow. Minnesota, 5-7 on the season, 4-4 in conference. They must fit right in here. So Cincinnati will go to the Leaders, take the place of Miami. Again, keep the Ohio teams together. And Ball State, they're gone. They're going to be replaced with Michigan, and with Michigan State coming over, both the Michigan teams are in over here. The Pac-12 Mountain West, it kind of stinks. It's kind of uneventful. So Oregon won. They'll be protected next year. They were protected last year, too. Air Force finished dead last, but they were protected. So actually, Utah going back to the Mountain West where they started. And over in the Pacific, Arizona State, they'll be protected next year. It almost looked close for a little bit. Hawaii and Arizona were neck and neck near the end of the season, and then Arizona pulled ahead, so Hawaii getting relegated back to the Mountain West. And coming back up, it's Oregon State and Stanford. I was hoping that, like, BYU was going to do it. I think someone else was, like, up there for most of the season. It might have been New Mexico. But, no, it's going to be Oregon State and Stanford. So Oregon State, they'll take Utah's place in this division, and Stanford will go right back to the Pacific. Now, over at the SEC, Alabama, they won their division, barely edging out last year's champion Ole Miss. Down at the bottom, Arkansas State, no longer protected. They're out. That was Louisiana Tech before. They tied, so Arkansas State's the one out. In the Glades, Georgia Tech wins its second straight Glades division title. And I think they actually won the whole SEC. I'm pretty sure they beat Alabama. Finishing at the bottom is Florida Atlantic, no protection, so they're out. And in the Sun Belt, no surprise, Miami ran the conference schedule, finished 10-3. And Troy actually finished. They edged out Arkansas, so they'll get promoted. So in the Bayou, Arkansas State is out, Troy is in. And in the Glades, FAU out, Miami back in. No award winners to look at or anything. We already looked at all that stuff, and we didn't win any awards, so I don't care. Let's advance through. Now, what I'm going to do And I did it in North Texas, and I'm going to keep doing it here. If we lose our coordinators and we have a level 1 coordinator, then I'll pick one of our guys who are leaving. We're not going to have anyone drafted. So whether that's going to be Moore or Fry on the defensive side, if we have an opening, one of those guys will be our new coordinator. So we were only at like 91% safe after last year, but now with a 10-3 record and a bowl victory, all of a sudden we're getting offered a contract extension. Yeah, we'll sign it. Yep, so our defensive coordinator left. I don't know how. But our new defensive coordinator, it's going to be Fry. Our right end is transferring. He's homesick. He's going to Maryland. Antonio Fry is retiring. That's disappointing. He was really, really good for us. Ford is retiring. He wasn't as good for us. Fuller, solid wide receiver. He's gone. Montgomery, another solid one. Walker, good overall. Not actually that good. I don't know who you are, but you're gone by. Mike Morris, he ran the Wildcat for us. That's all I have to say about him. Sims, he made a couple kicks. Losing our left tackle. Huff is out of here. He led the team in sacks once upon a time. Alston, oh man, I'm coming fresh off that bowl game. Way to make it count at the end. He was just sort of around for a little while, and then now you'll never forget him. Corey Bullock, team leader, he's out of here. How did you go from Hawaii to UMass? What mistakes were made there? Ben Henry, not the best kick returner I've ever had, but a pretty solid one. He's gone. Kelvin Lowe, who apparently was really good for us. I didn't even know he existed, but he's graduating. Daryl Moore, 90 overall. Obviously not enough to get drafted around here. Not with a class with Johnny Manziel and Marcus Mariota, but still, solid career even if there were a ton of picks. Go have fun back in Tennessee, bud. Peterson's retiring. He was pretty good for us. A little slow for my liking, but he made some plays. Brennan Rankin, he was injured all of his first year and then made 8 whole catches this year. Randy Johnson, he was there. Clint Hawthorne actually surprisingly well. Again, there's a 2 tight end system, so he got some shine, even being pretty terrible. And I think Oliver started for us, and he was really bad. So there, Antonio Fry, our defensive coordinator. Now you don't have to miss him. Now maybe we'll get some people wanting to transfer in because we had a really good season. That's how it works, right? No, it's not. Can't believe we had no one want to come here. No one wants to come to UMass? You don't want to come to Massachusetts? We're not actually Boston, it's Amherst. We're still considered Western Mass, it's fine. You don't even hear a Boston accent for another 45 minutes. Okay. This will be stressful. So now it's time for recruiting. So I know it might be a little risky here, guys. I know that Boise State is a big lead. I get it. But this guy is so incredibly fast. Scott Reed, he's really good, but I have a feeling Central Michigan, because they're a smaller school, they might just go like all out on him. So 9,000 on Sledge. I'm not going to go all in on him though, because I do want Miller. I think about 2,500. That might be good. I'm not sure. Because UTSA, they're interested in him, but I got a feeling they might have other prospects. But I'm gonna go almost all in on Sledge. I'm gonna take advantage of that extra 1,500 basically. I'm gonna hope Boise thinks they have such a big lead they only offer them like 3,000 or something like that. We can jump them. But Reed, I think I have to go all in on Reed if I'm gonna go after him. And I'd rather take the risk of getting 2 prospects instead of just the 1. Actually, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hedge my bet a little bit. We're gonna take 500 away. I'm gonna try offering Roberts 500 just to leave that sort of cemented. Because I think Colorado State's gonna go after Townsend, and I really don't care about Smith. KU, you can have him. Fingers crossed. Oh, we got the corner, we got the wide receiver. We got the 68 overall running back. Okay, Joe Jones, I just sort of had him on here because he's 67 overall. He's pretty good as a nose tackle. Did I seriously throw 500 points at that freaking running back and he didn't sign with us? And he didn't sign anywhere. Signed a top... Hey, look at that. Top 25 class. Top class in conference, obviously. I offered him 500 points. He didn't sign with anyone. Oh, no. We lost for Warda. I have no idea. Why did this guy sign? But not anyone else. I don't even know if he's any good. Didn't even want him. You know, this guy... Oh, we were further up on his board than I thought we were. I didn't even realize that. 6'6", 270. He's a good nose tackle. I just need a, you know, succession plan, maybe. Oh, we managed to steal Sledge barely. They offered him a good amount of points. Yep, barely got Miller and Scott Reed. We weren't that far back. In a perfect world, I could have split up the points and gotten all 3. But it wasn't a risk worth taking. I can live without Scott Reed. He's pretty good, but I can live without him. And I got Sledge. I care more about that. He's actually going to be running kick return for us and everything now. But I can live without Scott Reed because worst case scenario, if I got to take Hill instead of playing him at quarterback and put him over at safety, then I'll do that too. Our wide receivers are set though. We've got our top three. We're going to have Winston, we're going to have Winston, Miller, Wade, and Miller is the fast guy. 92 speed, 92 excel, or somewhere around there. So he's going to be in the slot for us. Same thing as North Texas, fastest guy in the slot. Number 16 class, just behind Auburn. And we're 2 prestige now. We even beat out Clemson. So what I should have done is probably taken another like 1,000 points away from Sledge and put that into the running back that maybe he would have signed. I'm not worried about it. He's not the greatest prospect. Just needed someone for year 5, basically. We'll try and find a good running back next year. Yeah, so Trey Ray, he's a 78 overall D tackle. He's also a 77 center. So that's pretty good. But we're just going to put him at D tackle. Oh, he's not even that good of a safety. He's only like a 69. That's not the best. All right. So you're just a quarterback. All right, well, I guess that's what you're going to be playing for us. Yeah, so he'll probably actually be the worst overall. You know, Royal's definitely going to be a better overall. But we are absolutely starting Paul Hill, and we're not looking back. Allen is 2 points faster, but 9 points slower in Excel. Worse awareness. Allen's definitely a lot better. Like, he's got good elusiveness, pretty good ball carrier vision, better, way better, like, juke move and stuff like that. Carrying's about equal, so they're both going to fumble the ball a lot. But the throw power, he's beat by 6 points by Hill, and throw accuracy by 10 points. He's even got better throwing stats than Royal for right now. And in 54 awareness, again, the quarterbacks get such an awareness boost during the season. He'll start as a 78. Even with this, like, a mediocre... Like, if he has, like, the season Moore just had, we could probably get him up to, like, an 82 by the end of the season. He could have that big of a jump just because his awareness is so low. Halfback, it's just Frazier. Jones, 83 speed, 79 excel. So, again, not great. But at least we're not going to deal with a walk-on for right now. Yeah, look at how much the wide receivers have come. We got an 80, a 79. Wade is a 75. Barnes in his last year. Johnson, Webb, who I thought was going to be a big deal when we first got him. Can anyone play tight end? Well, if I'm debating benching Barnes, you know what? I'm going to throw him at tight end just because I don't want to walk on. I think that's the best option here. He's not going to get drafted. He might end up like still being a wide receiver, but I just don't want like a 40 overall or something like that. See, the offensive line, I could still really use someone. And in the freshman, I'm going to start over a lot of these guys anyways. Like, Elliott's going to get the start, even though Bates and Vaughn are probably both going to be better. Just because I don't want them transferring out. This is going to be a year of transition. Same thing, Cooper will probably get the start over Barclay. Even if Barclay goes up to like a 73, I'd rather just take the hit. Actually, I'm going to take Elliott. I'm going to put him at left tackle. He only loses 1 point. And even with good training results, Jackson's not going to be as good. All right, now the only thing here... Obviously, Ray is going to play D-tackle for us. He should be starting. But if Watson gets pretty good training results, like if he gets like a +5 or something like that, I might redshirt Ray just to have him for the last 2 years. Because we're not winning the Natty next year, I don't think. So I'd rather roll with Watson. And then just have Ray come back and he can be our #1. Because he'll definitely be a better overall. And we'll have him for both of the final years. I don't have to worry about a D-tackle. So middle linebacker, we got Thornton and Mosley, but he is 71 speed. I don't want any of these guys, so I'm going to take Carter, throw him at middle. So again, overall, Carter will get the start over Mosley, just because that's speed. And Skinner makes a big impact for us, even though it only says 72. So I think we got right outside linebacker all set. We could still use one more cornerback. I can maybe find an athlete for that. So like one more corner would be good. But at least I don't have to worry about getting some scrubs on here, except for the ones we already got. Still going to need another free safety, but strong safety, all set with Warren. Actually, Warren can play either one, so we just find whoever fits. Training results time. Let's, please some good news? All right, not bad. Royal gets a +5, Bryant gets a +5, Crowder a +6, Allen a +5. So yeah, we'll be starting basically our worst overall quarterback, because if I got to make cuts, Hill is gone, Crowder is gone, Bryant's gone. There's no reason to keep them on the roster. We already got other quarterbacks. Halfback Frazier with a +5, so he'll be getting that +7, it looks like. Folks with a +5, Johnson with a +6. And Johnson's going to be our backup over Folks just because he's got way better acceleration. Fullback gets a +4. He's up to a 72. That's almost decent. Wade's up to a 79 now. Webb goes up to a 72, and Robinson to a 65. Tight end Mason gets a +5. You know, it's not the +7, but he's still an 80 overall. And Barnes gets a +4, so yay. Left tackle Jackson goes up to a 69, so we're still better off with the new recruit. Barclay up to a 73. Yeah, we're going to start the freshman over him too. Bush with a +7 and Hayes with a +6. Hayes is going to get the start just because he's 2 years younger. But man, having Bush around is going to be helpful. Maybe I'll even, I don't know if Bush is going to be any better at right guard, but if he is, I'll start him over these two. And Wilson goes up to a 78. Murphy to a 76. Freeman with only a +4. I feel like he made a bigger impact than that. Mosley with a +5. Smith with a +4. Franklin, that guy, +6. Brewer with a +5. Watson with a +4, so 71. Do I rock with him one more year and just know that I'm going to have a solid plan? Because either that or I redshirt Watson, and he's the long-term plan. Like, either way, one of these two is going to be our starter. Yeah, I'm just going to start Watson. I'm going to redshirt Trey Ray. Give him 1 year on the back. Victor Greer is still not as good overall as the scouting said he was. Matthews, Cannon, Alexander all with +4s. Thornton a +5. Mosley with a +4. Still slow. Still not going to be starting. Parham with a +4. And Skinner with a +4. So apparently that's just what our linebackers are getting. Except for High, he's getting a +5. King is the only cornerback remaining. He gets a +5. So, respectable. Free safety Thomas goes up to an 82. He'll be starting for us. Scott backing him up. And Hughes up to a 74. Still not enough to overtake the freshman. And our punter gets a +6 up to a 75. So, good to know. We do not have to cut anybody. Somehow, we have like 17 quarterbacks on the roster, and we don't have to cut a single one. But I don't want anyone transferring. So, Bryant, you're gone. Crowder, you're gone too. And Hill, you're not going to get drafted. Yeah, let's just cut him anyways. Alright, and just in case you really need it visualized, here's what the ACC is going to look like this year. There we are down there in the Atlantic. I could have done it the easy way, put us in the Coastal, and just sort of made an even swap, but I just wanted to challenge myself just a little bit more. So now we get West Virginia, Connecticut, Clemson, South Carolina. All of them really good. Penn State's pretty good too. At least we got Marshall to beat up on. Big 12, again, Baylor's coming back, but now Mid-Tennessee getting rid of Kansas, which is the team I thought would get relegated from the beginning, so good on them for sticking around for an extra year. Big 10, again, Michigan's back in here. Minnesota's not. Pac-12 pretty much looks the same. We just added on 2 teams in each conference. And the SEC, it's still just weird not seeing Arkansas there. But actually, the SEC kind of took a hit. They have some of the better teams. But Georgia Tech's just running away with the Glades. Georgia's not doing crap. And Florida won it the first year, and that's it. Really, the SEC suffered the most out of any of these teams because they lost most of their good teams to other schools. Texas A&M just won a national championship, now in the Big 12. All right, I just went through, reset my skill tree, went a little all in. I'm kind of hoping that we'll get 2 points by the time we get to week 8. So for now, we're going to have the full complement of points, plus 1,500 for the beginning of the season. We're also going to have kitchen sink and full-on royal treatment. So I'm just trying to basically get in there and hit hard and fast. All right, so again, as far as the recruiting board, I'll set that up off camera. And actually, I think with the schedule, I'm going to try and give myself a couple bye weeks in the beginning. If I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let's see what the schedule looks like. Yeah, so we can have a bye the first 2 weeks. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to get rid of Oklahoma here. Not because I don't want the challenge, which I don't. But this way I can have this recruiting board completely set. We'll open up the next episode with all of that. And I can do all that off camera. All right, we got Oklahoma State. No, I hate Oklahoma State. You know what? We're going to go kind of light. We're going to go Buffalo. We'll go to Buffalo. How about that? Can I get... There's Boston College. We'll be home for Boston College. Get that rivalry game. I did not do protected rivals. Oh, I don't have to. I'm playing... That's right. We're in the same division. Never mind. I don't want to go, like, too easy on this schedule, but I also don't want to kill myself. We beat Boston College once. It's a rivalry game. That's a good time to get some recruits in for a visit. Yeah, at Buffalo. A couple home games there. And we're home for Connecticut, too. That's huge. I don't know. See, I was hoping that we could keep it going with Old Dominion, but they're not here. You know, let's go to Troy. They're an SEC team. That counts as challenging, right? Yeah, so we only get 3 out of conference teams. That's it. So, well, yeah. Buffalo, Again, we're going to have Maryland. It's going to be kind of a rough one. So Buffalo just to really get our feet under us. Because we go right to South Carolina. That'll hurt. Then we'll have Boston College and Marshall, sort of a soft spot. Virginia is hit and miss. Troy, you know, they just got promoted. I don't think they're going to be that challenging to us. And then Penn State, Clemson, Connecticut is not much easier. Syracuse and West Virginia. So it'll be brutal. This might be another 4-8 season, but at least we got a contract extension. But this way I can get this whole thing set up off camera, so at the beginning of the next episode, I don't have to bore you with all the details of all the people I tried to sign and didn't get. And I'm basically just going to hammer on it. What do I want? I wrote it down. Hold on. Sorry, I'm a nerd. Again. So I want a halfback. I need a fullback. I need a tight end. God, do I need a tight end. I need a couple. I'm going to hammer in offensive lineman because it's not looking good. Another middle linebacker because we're going to be losing Thornton. Now I'm going to need a free safety, and I think that's it. Third cornerback. But there's a couple positions in need. I'm not going to go crazy. I don't think I need a single wide receiver. D-tackle. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give Ray a red shirt. I just think long-term, you know what? It's going to be rough going this season, whether we have him or not. I'd rather red shirt him. This way, the final 2 years, when we're really making a national championship push, we'll have him. Plus, his awareness is 57, which I don't think that matters to defensive players in this game. But we'll run through with Watson again this year. But that means we don't have to look at a D-tackle. Yeah, I don't know. I think the outside linebackers were okay. We're going to need some depth. But I think I'm okay with Matthews starting at left. Skinner was pretty good for us at right, so I think we're good with those two. I'm hoping Carter can step up. You know, he's not the greatest overall, but he is quick enough, and I'll be using him probably. And Thornton's going to be leaving, so we're going to need a replacement for him. Cornerback. Yeah, I think if I can get a decent corner, that would help. But if not, we're basically just going to be stuck with this. Like, I'm going to basically need a 78 overall cornerback to put him at third. Otherwise, he's just going to be worse than these ones. But we'll definitely take another cornerback if we get one, like, over, like, a 75, just for a fourth guy. And I feel bad. I feel like Royal, I would probably have a lot of fun playing with. But I'm going to be wanting to scramble around a lot. So I'm going to put the scrambling quarterback as the backup. Even though Royal's a better overall. Maybe he'll try and transfer and have success somewhere else. So our punter has one hell of a leg and no accuracy at all. And our kicker, not a very strong leg, but great accuracy. Alright, yeah, Sledge will be our kick returner. They want Frazier in there. No. We'll put Johnson in here. That's what we got him for. 90 speed, 95 excel. But Sledge is 95 speed, 93 excel. We'll go with him. And yeah, that wraps all of this stuff up. Next time, we'll start taking on some games. It's going to be one hell of a schedule. I got a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of Super Simming because we're going to be down by 2 scores instead of up. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit like down below. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get it delivered directly to your inbox every single time I upload. Any thoughts, suggestions, or whatever that you have, leave that all down in the comment section below. Everything you leave down there I will always respond to, unless you are the trolliest of trolls. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Shane. I'm out.